Landman Season 2 desperately needs to shift its focus back to Gallino and Cami instead of continuing to spend valuable time on romance-driven subplots that add very little to the story's core. The heart of this season was never meant to be love, attraction, or personal entanglements for their own sake. It was always about power, leverage, survival, and the slow erosion of trust inside MTechs. Every time the show drifts into romance, it weakens the tension that made the season compelling in the first place. Gallino is the most dangerous figure in the series right now, and yet the show continues to underuse him. His influence is massive, but it often feels abstract because we don't spend enough time watching him actively shape outcomes. Gallino isn't just a financier, he's a pressure point. He represents what happens when desperation invites control. Season 2 should be digging deeper into how he operates, how he manipulates timing, how he weaponizes patience, and how he quietly positions himself to benefit whether MTech succeeds or fails. Cami's alignment with Gallino is arguably the most important decision made this season, and it deserves far more attention than it's getting. This isn't a simple business partnership. It's a fundamental shift in the balance of power. By choosing Gallino, Cami isn't just questioning Tommy's leadership. She's redefining what MTech's values. Stability over loyalty. Money over instinct. Control over trust. That internal conflict is rich, layered, and emotionally loaded, yet the show keeps cutting away from it to explore romantic dynamics that don't move the story forward. The problem with the romance subplots isn't that they exist, it's that they're poorly prioritized. Relationships like Rebecca and Charlie's feel disconnected from the stakes of the season. They don't meaningfully impact MTech's survival, Gallino's leverage, or Cami's internal struggle. Instead, they function as distractions that slow pacing and dilute tension at a moment when the story should be tightening its grip. Romance works in Landman only when it reinforces pressure. Tommy and Angela's relationship works because it reflects chaos, stress, and resilience under fire. Their dynamic is inseparable from Tommy's role at MTech's. In contrast, the newer romantic threads feel self-contained. They don't cost the characters anything significant, and without cost, they lack narrative weight. Focusing more on Gallino and Cami would immediately sharpen the season's direction. Their interactions should feel like chess moves, subtle, tense, and layered with unspoken consequences. Every conversation between them should raise questions about who's really in control and what's being traded away behind closed doors. This is where the show's themes of power and compromise lie, not in low-stakes emotional entanglements. There's also an opportunity being missed to explore Cami's psychology more deeply. Is she acting out of fear, ego, pragmatism, or resentment? Does she truly believe Gallino is the safer choice? Or is she unwilling to admit Tommy might be right? These questions are far more compelling than watching side romances unfold without consequence. Season 2 should be forcing Cami into moments where her choices visibly alter the company's future and her relationship with Tommy in irreversible ways. Gallino, meanwhile, should be more than a looming name. The show needs to show his strategy in motion. Let us see how he benefits from chaos. Let us see how he reacts when things go wrong. Let us see the cost of accepting his help. Without that, he risks becoming a plot device instead of the season's true antagonist. The more Landman leans into romance, the more it undermines its own identity. This is a show about industries that chew people up, not about emotional comfort. The drama should come from impossible choices, compromised values, and the slow realization that survival often requires surrendering control. If Season 2 wants to regain its momentum, the path forward is clear. Pull the camera back to Gallino and Cami. Let their partnership and its consequences dominate the narrative. Make their decisions hurt. Make their alliance reshape MTech's in visible ways. Romance can exist at the edges, but it shouldn't be driving the story. Because at its best, Landman isn't about who's falling in love. It's about who's selling out, who's holding on too long, and who's about to lose everything.